Step into our studio where laughter fills the air. Glaze combinations and fun secrets we'll share. Todd's crafting with his slabs. Watch the clay take shape. With a silly grin, he's making something great. Our creations spring to life in every way. Todd and Kim brighten up your day. Clay and laughter hand in hand. Join the fun, it's truly grand.
All right, I was just throwing butter domes this morning, and I'm gonna do 6, and I've done 5, and then I remembered, oh, I said I would do a video the next time I made them. So I used about 1.5 pounds of clay. I didn't weigh it, but. So I throw on a plaster bat when I'm doing plates. This enables the piece to dry slowly, especially when you're when it's not an even piece like these will be. I'll show you in a second here. Then you want even drying, because I'm not going to trim this. So I just flatten the clay, and then I just kind of know where I want the middle piece to be. I use a ruler as well, so I know it's going to be 5.5. So I just start to make the center portion for where the butter is going to go. So they're really very easy. That is about it. The main thing is you want a big enough area for a square of butter. And I do it so that this measurement where the bowl is going to fit will be 5.5. It really doesn't matter if you do your bottoms or your bowls first. I tend to do the bottoms first, and then just get the bowls to measure. And then I do them all the same, so I'm not guessing about measurements. They're just all going to be 5.5. So, oops, I forgot to. I usually just take a soft rib and clean off the plaster. It dries so quickly on the plaster, so like that's pretty much hard clay where it was on the plaster. So these will actually come off today. They'll dry enough by the end of the day that I can just pop them off. All right, what I was going to show you is I just take that plaster and use I think they're called a bat mate on just a plaster bat, because I don't like to take off my bat pins. I just always leave my bat pins on, because I use this bat system and it's a pain taking off the bat pins. So now I'm going to make the bowl or the lid. And for here I use about 2 pounds of clay. I don't think I'll need that much. I think here, I'll tell you exactly. All right, good thing I measured. So the bottom plate was probably about 1.25 pounds. This is 1.5 pounds. So you're just going to make a bowl. You want to leave enough room on the base so that you can trim it and make it a nice bowl shape. Not a bowl shape, a rounded. So so that the bowl has so that the lid has a rounded top on it. You want enough room to be able to trim it nice. All right, so then just take and measure where you're at. Oh, I'm right at 5.5. This is my favorite bull rib. It is an Old Navy card that I've cut with just a slightly rounded shape, and it is my favorite. So I just want to round it, but I don't want to change the diameter. Just make sure that stayed the same. Yep. All right. I also like to trim it at this stage to get the majority of the clay. You're still gonna have to trim it afterwards, but might as well get the majority of that big chunk of that clay off. And it'll dry quicker. I'm gonna be gone this weekend, so I wanna get everything done today. So yeah, I trimmed off, oh, I don't know, probably 1/4 pound of clay. All right, now I am just making the little handle for the top of the butter, and I'm just using a diamond core handle tool. So I already did all the other ones. So I just take a sponge, smooth it, fold it in half, and then cut it to the length or the height that I want it. So right about there. Hi.
I need my rubber boots.
Where'd you put them?
I don't know.
I don't know either, buddy. They're not in here.
Upstairs.
Okay.
But this is the field.
So I did 6 butter domes. So I will do 6 little handles. You can do a different little topper. These are just easy, so they're easy and cute. But you could do a knob, you could do whatever you want. Now we are going to trim the bowls. My bowls are quite sticky because I wanted to finish them today. And I'd rather attach the handle when they're still kind of soft. But they're definitely easier to trim when they're not so sticky. That's pretty thin. So we are gonna leave it at that. All right, we're just gonna add some vinegar, score it, so we can attach the little handle. It is quite thin, so I am going to put my hand underneath to support it. And I just wiggle and slide it back and forth and kind of press a little bit on the inside. And then I'm going to clean it up with my paintbrush. Normally, it's thick enough that it doesn't, you can put a little bit of pressure on it, but this one just ended up being a bit thinner. All right. That is it. Oops. All right. Well, it is late. It's 8 o'clock at night, and I can't find any tripods to attach my camera to, so it's not the best angle, but here we go, the last little bit. So this is the plate that I threw this morning. So I didn't wire that off because it's porcelain, it just pops off. So we're just gonna turn it over. And this is literally all I do is I just smooth it. You can use a metal rib. You can just use a sponge. But yeah, that's all I do. I also like to use half of a ball and just indent it a little bit so that it won't sit high. And yeah, that is it. And then I'll just put it on drywall and put it under plastic for a few days, just so where there's a difference in thickness on the plate that it won't crack. So that is everything. Thanks for joining me for this tutorial. Hope it was beneficial. Remember to give the thumbs up and subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks. Bye.